I'm gonna show you how you can make all these basic colors by using only 3 primary colors: yellow, magenta and cyan. Let's get started! The color wheel shows us all colors we know in their most optimal form. Most of these colors can be made by mixing 2 other colors. However, there are 3 colors that we definitely cannot make ourselves. In theory, these colors are yellow, red and blue, but due to the characteristics of pigments in paints, we use primary yellow, magenta and cyan as our primary colors. When you mix 2 primary colors, you get a secondary color, these in-between colors, green, orange and purple. So, when I want to use orange in my painting, I don't necessarily have to buy a tube of orange paint, I can mix it myself. But when I want to use yellow in my painting, I have to buy a tube of yellow paint, because I cannot mix it out of 2 other colors. Especially magenta and cyan may not be the colors you had in mind for primaries, but let's take a look. When you have only 3 colors, you only have 4 mixing options. I can mix yellow with magenta, I can mix magenta with cyan, I can mix cyan with yellow. The last option is mixing the 3 colors together. Let's start with pure yellow. There's no trace of another color in it, it's straight from the tube. I put a fair amount of yellow here, I put a little bit of magenta in it, and we get a nice orangey yellow. I repeat the process for the next step, but I take a little less yellow. And now I put a little more magenta in it. With every step, the color contains less yellow and more magenta. And you can clearly see how the balance of the color changes. Again, this color gets a little red-orange. Next step, even less yellow and more magenta, and then we get a nice red color. And finally, the magenta, I leave it as it is. It doesn't contain any yellow, it's pure magenta. Now we have a scale from yellow to magenta and all the colors in between, and of course you can make as many steps as you like. I've made some fairly rough steps. You can make very delicate steps if you like. It's nice to practice. Let's go to our second row, and here we have magenta. I take a fair amount of magenta, a little bit of cyan. I mix it together and we get a beautiful purple, but it still contains a lot of magenta, you can clearly see that. And it also has a little tendency already towards blue. Next step, less magenta, more cyan. And there we go, and we get another purple, and this purple, you can clearly see, we still call it a purple, but you can see it has a tendency towards blue. The next step, even less magenta, more cyan, and we get a reddish blue. A blue that has a tendency toward red. It's a warm blue. Next step, very little magenta, much more cyan and another warm blue. And again, we leave the cyan as it is. It's a pure cyan. We don't touch it with any color. And we go on to the next row. Now you're curious, of course, which important color is still missing on our palette. Here we go again, a fair amount of cyan, a little bit of yellow, and we get a greenish blue. Surprise, surprise! With every step I add a little more yellow, and so the color gradually shifts towards green. So here are all the basic colors that we know, and of course you can lighten or darken all these colors, but I'll explain that in another video. And now the real fun starts, because people always tend to think that the color wheel is a difficult thing to understand, but it isn't, because with the 3 rows we just made between yellow and magenta and cyan and yellow, we already made a color wheel. Let's have a look. And for the example I do it reasonably precise, not very precise, but that isn't necessarily. You can just put the colors that you made all next to each other. And of course I use acrylic paints, but same goes for oil paints. And I have to say, most acrylic brands these days have the primary colors in their line of paints. So you can buy yellow, magenta and cyan. But I have to say, it's not always very practical to work with these colors. More on that will follow shortly. But look what I've just done. I put all the steps between yellow and magenta on the paper. This is pure magenta, no yellow left in it. So that's where our row ended. in the previous example. And now we go to the next row. Maybe your steps are different, or you make more steps or less steps. That doesn't matter. You just make nice color wheels where you constantly go from the one color to the other color, and you leave that color behind and you go to the next primary color. It's good for the training of your understanding of the color mixing theory, the basics, the fundamentals of color mixing. In fact, it only has to be very precise if you want to master the fundamentals of complementary colors, but that's something for a next time. So first concentrate on this. And last but not least, this beautiful light green. And the fun stuff is, you can call this of course a light green, you can also call it a greenish yellow. And it's very good for your understanding of how colors relate to each other to make this kind of color wheels. The last option that I still need to do is mixing 3 primary colors. So I put a little magenta here on my paper. I mix it with cyan and a little touch of yellow. And when I mix it in the right proportions, with the right balance, I get a very dark color. It's nearly black. So when you mix 3 primary colors, you get less saturated colors, and when you mix them in the right balance, you get a dark color close to black. It's nice that we know how you can make all those colors with only 3 primary colors, but these colors are very saturated, and in real life you almost never see such saturated colors. So I advise you to use this as practice to understand where colors are situated on the color wheel and how you can make each color. But when you want to paint realistically, I advise you to take a look at my video about the limited color palette, in which I'll discuss which colors are more suitable to use. I've also made a video about complementary colors. It's very useful because then you can understand why cyan and yellow can make a bright green and why an ultramarine blue and a yellow, for instance, can't make a bright green, a vivid green. Thanks for watching. See you next time.